You know, the first thing they teach you at YouTube Video Making School 101 is that you shouldn't talk about Nazis in the first 30 seconds of your video, especially when your video is in no way about Nazis, but I'm going to do it anyway. They talk about Nazis a lot on this show.
Dad's firm insuring Nazis now?
Your father doesn't know any Nazis?
Not like a lot,
No, a Nazi that we knew. I'd forgotten. We stayed with him once in Munich.
but kind of often.
Dear Nazis, Rory had to miss school today.
Like enough that you would notice it after a while.
Like, I was Poland and they were Nazis.
Enough for it to be kind of weird.
Hey, don't worry about Hitler, he's a stand-up chap.
Like they clearly don't like Hitler.
Go Hitler!
And of course they're joking,
It's like Hitler's Germany.
but
He's talking about Nazis, and then you go to sleep and you dream about Nazis.
alright, stop it.
That had all the tact of a Nazi stormtrooper.
In this scene, the camera person was too distracted by something that they forgot to focus the shot correctly. Maybe they were confused as to why Lorelei lugged the TV into the kitchen, and then why the TV just disappears in the next shot. Or maybe they're just shocked that I think Rory actually eats something in this scene. Oh my god. Now, I may be wrong, we might need to analyze this a little bit closer. Yeah, she grabs a clean apple from the bowl. Good. No pre-made bite marks or anything that I can see. Yeah, she absolutely looks like she's taking an actual bite. Hard to know for sure. I cut to the next shot and yeah, there's a big bite out of there. And she kind of looks like she's actually talking with food in her mouth. I still don't think she actually ate any of the apple, but damn, that is some quality acting. I also like that the scene is before they establish any kind of food rules for the Gilmores. Like, Rory and Lorelei would never eat an apple. You only eat apples if you think you might be pregnant. This time watching the show, I've resolved to look up every little reference that I don't understand. You know, to become more enlightened, so...
They expect the things to be homemade
I know.
by someone other than Dolly Madison.
Okay, no idea what Dolly Madison is. My guess it's either some kind of disgusting pre-packaged baked good brand, or Billy Madison's mother? I don't know. Oh yep, it's a disgusting food brand. Great. I mean, these look horrible. It's extremely funny to me that Lane is skanking to Rancid. It's funny to me because, and no offense to the band members of Rancid, but Rancid are really shit, and skanking is also one of the worst things that you can do around other humans. But put the two together, and I think it's just great. Absolutely love this for Lane. The local eccentrics are out walking their cat, as you do. And Babette mentions that Cinnamon likes her privacy.
But Cinnamon's private area, sometimes she likes to be alone.
Which is weird because 2 episodes ago, Cinnamon was a boy.
Yeah, he must have been meowing for an hour.
I guess boy and girl is not that important with cats. Not like with dogs, where all dogs are good boys. Rory gets to have what I understand is a very common experience for all women, which is getting harassed by random men on the bus. Now look mate, there are plenty of seats in the bus, feel free to just sit in one of those, over there. I'm just trying to read my book in peace, alright man? Yeah, he's trying to be cute here, but kind of ruins it all by doing this silly twirl to get off the bus. Very big dweeb energy with that move. Speaking of dweeb energy, you know, I am a big fan of public transport. Buses, trains, all of that. Love the stuff. If I didn't spend all my time nitpicking Gilmore Girls all day, I would definitely be one of those Japanese guys getting excited and waving at sweet trains all day. So you know I have thoughts on the public transport situation here in Stars Hollow. Yeah, there isn't really a lot of it. There's at least one bus service, which is nice, but the bus only seems to run when it's convenient to the plot. And here Rory's taking the CT Transit 333 route, Stars Hollow to Hartford, direct! And we know it goes straight to her school because this is the exact same bus as the last episode. There's a stop right outside of Chilton. That is super convenient, actually. Disturbingly convenient, really. This bus stops twice in her small town, and then goes all the way to Hartford, and just happens to stop outside her snooty private school. I'm not saying this would never happen, but this would never happen. If this is a bus route that stops in a couple of small towns on the way to a bigger town, which is a thing, then the normally half-hour drive time would be way longer than the 40 minutes that Rory states here. And even if it was only 40 minutes, a bus going through small towns into a big town would just take you to the main interchange station in the big town, and you would have to get onto another bus to get where you wanted to go in Hartford. Like, I don't know shit about Hartford, but they would take you here, and then you would have to get on this bus to go out here, because the fancy private school is definitely way out of town where all the rich assholes live. In Season 3, we see the bus again, when Jess is fleeing town. We have to assume that this is the classic 333 route again, and Rory's on her way to school. Yeah, there's a giant skyscraper outside, so this for sure ain't Stars Hollow. And this is definitely the exact same bus. But this bus is just driving around suburbia, and she gets out in front of some old townhouses. You know, this definitely isn't the same stop outside Chilton. She probably freaked out and just got off the bus after seeing Jess. This also basically confirms that there is only one bus route in Stars Hollow. Jess needs to take it to get the hell out of town. Otherwise he would have taken any other bus to avoid taking the same one he knows Rory takes. Oh, and she would 100% have seen the bag sitting there and been all like, why are you in Hartford? And what's in that bag? Okay, we'll cover all of that if we ever make it to Season 3. The other thing that's stupid with this bus route is that it makes two stops in Stars Hollow that are right next to each other. Like, probably 30 meters away. Seriously. Let's plot the entire journey from stop A to stop B. Rory gets on the bus here outside of Stars Hollow High. They slowly motor around the streets. You see the school go by in the back. And hey, here's the food critic's house from the last episode. Past Weston's bakery on the corner, which isn't a bakery yet. Past the stationery store over here. Hey, we love that place. And then there's the bus stop right over here. That certainly felt like a long trip through town. Oh no, wait, it was like 65 meters from one stop to the other. That's just bad route design. I'm sure it's great to have convenient stops right outside the place you want to go or get picked up from, but people really hate it when the bus makes 1,000 needless stops, especially when it's literal meters down the road. I mean, sort your shit out, CT Transit. When Michelle is talking to the French guys, he says, "Kill me now?"
Kill me now.
Which reminds me that this is not the name of this episode. And it was the name of the episode 2 episodes ago, and I have no idea why that episode is called Kill Me Now. This episode is called Cinnamon's Wake, so that episode should have been called Rory's Golf Outing.
Okay. How about coffee? You like coffee?
Only with my oxygen.
Yeah, because her cup is usually only filled with oxygen. Max is extremely pushy when asking out Lorelei. She gives numerous valid reasons to not go on a date with him, and he's just like, nah, come on, do it. There's a lot of people out walking things in town today. Babette and Maury are out walking Cinnamon. This lady is out walking her good boy. The mailman is out walking his mail. And this lady is clearly out walking a toy doll. Multiple people on the street stop to make sure this lady is okay. Miss Patty has gotten even hornier for the 16-year-old boys.
Oh, I see what you're here for. Well, that wouldn't fit in a basket. No, 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 no.
And now she wants to fuck some fruit?
Fresh fruit always has such a sensuality about it.
Hey, Kirk's got a job at Dosey's Market, and then later in the episode, we see he's actually referred to as Kirk.
Oh, well, if it isn't Kirk the jerk.
So from this point on, we have verified Kirk. The only problem is that he's still talking to Miss Patty like they don't know each other. He keeps calling her ma'am, and she asks who he is. We know that these two have a long history together. You know, they've known each other for at least 20 years, because Kirk does a recreation of a dance he performed 20 years ago at Miss Patty's annual dance fest thing. It's possible that Kirk and Miss Patty have some kind of secret relationship that no one knows about, and this is part of their weird public foreplay that they enjoy. And there is a weird sexual tension between the two. At the checkout, Dean keeps being kind of a pushy jerk. He does that classic dickhead move of stepping in front of a girl as she's trying to get away. Very cool and normal behaviour. Lorelai meets Max at some coffee place, so we get to see an entire room full of people drinking out of empty cups. Look at all these cups! I like the guy in the background here, he's really going for it. Then, once he's slammed his coffee, he pretends to pour some sugar into his cup, but these are definitely salt and pepper shakers on the table, because I'm pretty sure sugar shakers are not a thing. He must like salt with his oxygen. Max is also trying his hand at using creepy techniques to win a girl over. Get right up close, grab her arm, start rubbing it a little, talk real deep and sexy, and then make up some bullshit story until she cracks and you get what you want. I'm not sure why, but Luke has completely given up actually making food at the diner. He just gives them the ingredients for a burger on a plate, and then you have to make it yourself. I'm sure some people like it this way, but those people are wrong and should be blasted into the sun. Those people can just go to get their burgers from the supermarket. Lorelai proves she doesn't know what food is or how it works. Her idea of a burger is to put way too much mustard on a patty, a single slice of tomato, and that's it. Yummy! Although she actually does take a bite from it though, which is pretty cool. But, of course, they have to run off for some reason, and it's another burger thrown straight into a dumpster. Oh, by the way, we have... Ah! Yes, thank you. This guy over here you might recognize. His name is either Open-Faced Turkey.
Are you the open-faced turkey?
Yep.
Or...
But you hee-haw man.
Hee-haw man? He comes back in season 5 as Henry, the guy from the Renaissance Festival, who has a lovely little beard. As always, there's an outside chance that this could be the same person. The show credits him as being called Jed, and he appears to be a local, because he shows up at the wake later on in the episode, so Luke probably knows who he is. He may have decided to change his name, sell his home, and move away to join the Renaissance Festival circuit. And then, when Luke shows up one day at the Renaissance Festival, they do that thing where you kind of recognize a person, but you don't know where from, so you just pretend to not know each other. So, Cinnamon is dead. The vet claims the cat was 260 years old in human years.
Maury, in human years, this cat was 260 years old.
Which is obviously wrong. The cat would be 260 in cat years, because it's a cat. Even then, this seems like a wildly stupid number to say. Let's check how cat years work. 1 second. So, first year 15 plus 9, every year is 4. So if you write an equation, y is the thing, then equals this plus this, and all rearrange, expand out and all this, put this over here, then make this 260, which gives us x equals 61 years old. Holy shit. I wonder what the oldest cat in the world is. 27 years old. Wow. Get Guinness World Records on the phone because this cat ain't shit. No wonder everyone loves this cat. It's older than pretty much every single person at the wake. When Rory goes outside to see Max at their house, we discover that, of course, Lorelei didn't tell her that she was going on a date with Max. She still hadn't told her the day of their date. What was she going to do? Wait until he pulled up outside and then spring it on her? A normal person would have just told her straight away, so she had a few days to get over it. Then Max does a 180 kickflip on Lorelei.
And I don't want to force something on you that you don't want.
Except for trying to force us on Lorelei the entire episode. Hey, what the fuck is this thing on the wall? It's horrific. Dean gets in one last sneak attack before promising to leave Rory alone. This final onslaught seems to work though. Yes, totally nailed it, brah. Ooh, hey look, the TV's back. Turns out Rory comes around very easily to the idea of her mother getting down with her teacher, despite voicing her very legitimate concerns, all of which definitely materialize later on in the show. She does the little Lorelei's gonna do what Lorelei's gonna do eye roll. Mum's gotta, you know.
You know. He knows.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
She knows. They're talking about fucking.